Imagine a crisis, a hurricane, a blackout, or a disaster that suddenly cuts you off from the world. The power is out, streets are flooded, and you're stuck inside, unsure when help will arrive. Most people, when they think about emergency medicine, picture antibiotics or painkillers as the essentials. But there's another medicine, often overlooked, that could be even more vital in a true emergency. It's inexpensive, available over the counter, and probably sitting quietly on a pharmacy shelf right now: loperamide, the active ingredient in Imodium. This isn't about fighting infection or dulling pain. It's about stopping your body from losing water, its most precious and irreplaceable resource, especially when every drop counts. In an emergency, diarrhea can turn deadly shockingly fast, not because of the infection itself, but because of the rapid, relentless loss of fluids from your body. When clean water, proper sanitation, and access to healthcare vanish, even simple problems can become life-threatening in a matter of hours. Diarrhea, which we usually dismiss as a minor inconvenience or a temporary annoyance, suddenly becomes a real and present danger, a potential killer. The real threat is dehydration, your body losing water and electrolytes faster than you can possibly replace them, especially when resources are scarce. This isn't just a hypothetical scenario, it's the harsh reality for millions of people worldwide every year, and it could easily become your reality in a disaster. When water is scarce and sanitation systems fail, diarrheal diseases can sweep through a community with devastating speed. In that moment, stopping fluid loss becomes the single most critical intervention you can make to protect yourself or your loved ones. That's when this humble, often forgotten pill transforms into a true lifesaver, small but incredibly powerful. So let's rethink loperamide, not just as a travel fix for an upset stomach, but as a crucial survival tool that deserves a place in every emergency kit. It's a simple way to protect yourself and your family when the world turns upside down and the usual safety nets disappear. Sometimes the simplest tools, like a flashlight, a whistle, or a single pill, can be the most powerful in a crisis. In a true emergency, being able to control your body's basic functions can mean the difference between life and death, between hope and despair. This isn't about panic or fear. It's about smart, informed preparation and making sure you're ready for whatever comes your way. Before we dive into how loperamide actually works, remember, sometimes the most overlooked medicine in your cabinet is the one that could save your life when it matters most. Let's take a closer look at why this matters so much, not just for others, but for you and your loved ones. In a disaster, you simply can't afford to underestimate the basics. The right preparation can make all the difference. And loperamide is as basic and as essential as it gets. Don't overlook it when you're preparing for the unexpected. Your intestines are a high-tech water and nutrient processing plant. Every day they absorb gallons of fluid, keeping you hydrated and healthy. The process is slow and deliberate, squeezing every drop of water and nutrition from what you eat and drink. But when bacteria, viruses, or parasites invade, your gut's defense system goes into overdrive. It floods the intestines with fluid and speeds up contractions, resulting in diarrhea. This emergency flush doesn't just expel invaders, it drains your body's water and electrolytes. Severe diarrhea is like opening a fire hose, rapidly depleting your reserves. In normal times, you can replace what you lose. In a crisis, you might not be so lucky. That's why understanding your gut's role is key to survival. When the system breaks down, dehydration can strike fast, and that's when you need a way to stop the loss. In developed countries, diarrhea is an inconvenience, not a crisis. You have clean water, medicine, and a safe bathroom, problem solved. But imagine a flood knocks out your water supply and contaminates everything. Now, every trip to the bathroom is a critical loss of fluids you can't easily replace. Sports drinks are gone, water is rationed, and dehydration becomes a real threat. For billions worldwide, this is daily life. No clean water, no safe bathrooms, and no easy fixes. Diarrhea quickly escalates from a nuisance to a medical emergency. Without access to care, it can be fatal. In a crisis, the rules change. What's minor in comfort becomes catastrophic in chaos. Our infrastructure shields us until it fails. When it does, understanding the danger of diarrhea is the first step to real preparedness. Don't underestimate it. Severe diarrhea leads to rapid dehydration, a true medical emergency. Early signs are subtle thirst, dry mouth, fatigue, But as fluid loss continues, your heart races, blood pressure drops, and kidneys shut down. Children are especially vulnerable. They can become dangerously dehydrated in hours. Globally, diarrheal diseases are a leading killer of young children. History shows how outbreaks after disasters, like cholera in Haiti, can kill thousands, not from the disaster itself, but from dehydration. Even in modern countries, disasters can overwhelm systems and make dehydration a primary threat. The danger is real, and it can happen anywhere. When fluid loss starts, the clock is ticking. Don't be complacent. Dehydration is a silent, deadly threat. Preparation is your best defense. The culprits behind deadly diarrhea are bacteria, viruses, and parasites, spread through contaminated food, water, or surfaces. In normal times, sanitation breaks the chain. In a crisis, it's easy for these pathogens to spread. Cholera is the classic example. It causes massive watery diarrhea and can kill in hours without treatment. Other bacteria, like certain E. coli and Salmonella, can turn a meal into a weapon, causing severe illness and fluid loss. Parasites like Giardia and Cryptosporidium lurk in untreated water, causing long-lasting, debilitating diarrhea. In a disaster, these pathogens can quickly contaminate water supplies and sicken entire communities. The result? Rapid, life-threatening dehydration. These microscopic threats thrive when sanitation fails. Knowing what you're up against is the first step to fighting back. In a crisis, prevention is tough, so stopping fluid loss becomes critical. That's where loperamide comes in. It's your emergency brake. In a crisis, your body's emergency flush can become not just inconvenient, but potentially deadly if not managed properly. Loperamide is the anti-motility agent that effectively slows your gut's runaway contractions, providing relief. It acts locally in the intestines, allowing your body the crucial time it needs to reabsorb water and essential electrolytes, stabilizing your system. Fewer trips to the bathroom mean less fluid loss, reducing the risk of dehydration and the spread of illness to others. Think of it as putting the brakes on a malfunctioning assembly line, buying you precious time to address the underlying issue. Loperamide doesn't cure the infection itself, but it keeps you stable and comfortable until help arrives or the crisis naturally passes. If you have a high fever or notice blood in your stool, use caution. These symptoms can signal a more serious infection that requires medical attention. In a true emergency, the immediate danger of dehydration often outweighs the risks of using loperamide, making it a critical tool. For most diarrheal emergencies, stopping fluid loss is the top priority to prevent further complications. Loperamide is not a cure, but it's a life-saving tool that can be crucial in managing symptoms effectively. Use it wisely, and it can make all the difference in maintaining your health during a crisis. In a disaster, time and water are everything, and managing both efficiently is key to survival. Loperamide helps you hold on to both, ensuring you stay hydrated and stable. Now that you know the threat and the solution, it's time to act. Loperamide is cheap, widely available, and lasts for years, one of the best investments for your emergency kit. Buy several boxes for home, car, and go bag. Generic versions are just as effective and cost less. Make sure you have enough for your whole family for at least a week. Store it in a cool, dry place, in original blister packs for protection. Include clear dosage instructions in your kit. No guessing in a crisis. Think of it as insurance. You hope you never need it, but if you do, it could save a life. Don't wait until disaster strikes. Prepare now while supplies are easy to get. Stockpiling loperamide is a simple, powerful step toward real preparedness. It's a small action with huge potential impact. Don't put it off. The time to prepare is now. Having loperamide on hand is step 1 in being prepared for emergencies. But knowing how to use it effectively is step 2, and just as crucial. For adults, the recommended starting dose is 2 pills, which equals 4 milligrams. After that, take 1 pill following each loose stool, but do not exceed 8 pills in a single day. For children, dosing is determined by their weight, so ensure you have pediatric dosing information ready if you have kids. Loperamide helps slow fluid loss, but it's essential to replace lost fluids to prevent dehydration. Oral rehydration salts, or ORS, are the gold standard for rehydration. Stockpile them alongside loperamide for emergencies. If you find yourself without ORS, you can create a homemade solution using salt and sugar mixed with water, but pre-made packets are generally more reliable and effective. Be vigilant for red flags such as a high fever or blood in the stool. These symptoms may require a different medical approach and should not be ignored. In a crisis, stopping fluid loss is usually the top priority. Loperamide manages symptoms, not the underlying cause. So keep the patient well hydrated and resting as much as possible. Sip rehydration solution steadily throughout the day, rather than consuming it all at once. The combination of loperamide and ORS is your best defense. It's simple, effective, and can be life-saving in emergencies. Make sure you know how to use these tools before you find yourself in need of them. We live in comfort, but that safety net is fragile. Disasters can erase decades of progress overnight, making simple illnesses deadly again. The ability to stop dehydration is crucial when systems fail. Don't fall for the illusion that it can't happen here. Preparation is in your hands. Loperamide and ORS cost less than a pizza, but can save a life. This isn't paranoia, it's smart, responsible planning. Take action now. Pick up loperamide and rehydration salts for your kit and car. It's a small step that could make all the difference. In a crisis, be the one who is ready. Don't wait for disaster to strike. The simplest pill in your cabinet could be the one that saves a life. In a world of uncertainty, preparation is power. Make sure you have it.